Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/shark. Hello, welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I'm your host, John Loswith. Joining me today are my co-hosts, Mark Hoffmeyer.
So as you guys know, I am a prolific Elvis impersonator.
You are.
And while you guys were at LA Pod, I would do it, but I got a little tickle in my throat. It would sound more like Costner. You know, you don't want to hear that. But so I'm in Vegas, you know, while you guys were at LA Pod Fest to go to Elvis convention. And I get caught up with this crew, and we end up robbing a casino, going this massive road trip. I meet a woman, you know, a single mother with her kid.
Would you say a friend, maybe? Maybe a
what?
friend?
Yeah, a friend. Okay. Definitely a friend, you know.
Okay.
I think she was a pet detective.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
And, oh, that was deep. You know, so we ended up defeating this guy that looked like a lot like that dude from The Postman. Yeah. And I got a nice Elvis Medal of Honor, and I'm going to be in Forrest Gump, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were making a Forrest Gump, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's a prequel.
Forrest Gump 2, Electric Boogaloo, I think is what it's called.
That was his band, actually, in the 70s.
What a very unique and extensive audition process.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to go through all that.
Yeah, so I play an Elvis impersonator in it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Our usual co-host, John Levigat, isn't here. I think he's sick from Ebola, I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know, something minor. So.
If you call yourself the horror Leviathan, you get Leviathan-esque sickness. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's not horror fan 101 getting a little cold. Like, he's wiped out right now.
I'm sure he's fine. Ebola, I'm pretty sure he'll pull through.
I didn't even know Ebola was still a thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
I thought it was only a thing before people got elected in office. After that, it didn't really matter anymore.
Well, tell that to Levingood. Godspeed, Levingood.
Wait, is that going to be like the next Aaron Sorkin film?
Ebola?
Like
Ebola.
Ebola.
Steve Jobs,
it's just
Ebola.
I could just see like the doctors like doing like a walk and talk. Man, this Ebola is pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of Steadicam shots. And it's just Jeff Daniels monologuing the whole time.
Hey, I don't mind that. I always enjoyed Jeff Daniels. He was pretty good in The Martian. That came out recently.
He was really good in Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, brother.
I've never seen a bad Jeff Daniels performance.
No.
All right. Stepping in for Levingood is my Shark Dropper colleague, Robert Lamb.
I don't have like a cool intro like Mark's, but one time I did dress as Kevin Costner dressing as Elvis, and I just sat down and watched a movie, which I think it was Dances with Wolves.
Okay. Yeah.
Has nothing to do with Elvis or anything like that, but it was near Halloween, and I thought, why not?
Just lonely, you know, and
yeah. On Halloween, I dress up by myself. I sit in my room by myself, and I just contemplate why Dances with Wolves has to be such a long movie.
Just Halloween?
Yeah, just on Halloween.
I feel like that's like every Tuesday.
No, I do it before Halloween, and I do it the day after Halloween.
Before, not actually Halloween.
No, the day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, John said that you stepped in for Levingood, but you kind of did a little saunter in. I saw you. Like, you were kind of like doing like the hustle.
I like to say
like,
I kind of sashayed in. You know what I mean? Like, I had kind of like a little hip shake.
It was like a glide almost.
Yeah, well, I was actually on a skateboard, and John was kind of pulling me in, so it looked like I was gliding, but really I don't have that power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am still human.
Yeah. He can't stand and push with his legs.
I need wheels.
You need hand-eye coordination,
That's
which you're
true.
severely lacking.
No, that's true. Well, I was shaking everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember that podcast we did where your chair rolled back about 5 feet and you didn't know how to get it back?
Yeah.
So you just had to like yell from 5 feet away?
Luckily, there was a rope tied to the bottom of it, and John could just reel me back in like I was just a fucking giant sailfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sound
flopping
quality was
around a lot
interesting.
too. yeah. I was definitely flopping around a bit, making it really hard for John. But you know what? Come on, you're a big time reeler. I don't
I
even.
mean, that Kevin Costner pod is our most listened to.
Our big time reeler. What does
big
that
time,
mean?
big time,
What is it? Okay.
big time reeler. I don't know. I'm not a fisherman.
Why don't we just start out the podcast like we usually do with listener questions? Mark, I think you got listener questions this week because obviously
do.
Levingood doesn't.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
He's got Ebola.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And so this one comes from the illustrious VJ. He is a man of many words and few words. And I think he's got the tank top horror market on cornered. So this first question is from him. Is Tom Hardy the next great action star? Is he more concerned with with winning an Oscar, and can he win an Oscar with a Bronx accent? So he's the next great action star. Is he more concerned with winning an Oscar, and can he win an Oscar with a Bronx accent?
Well, here's the thing about Tom Hardy. I get the feeling he doesn't really care about any of those things. He doesn't care about being a big action star. He doesn't care about winning an award. I think he's just doing whatever strikes his fancy. Granted, I don't personally know the guy, but you look at like
You don't?
no, I don't.
I think you
Well,
guys
I
are
know him,
friends.
so.
Okay, well there you go.
You just
Somebody
look at the
knew him.
roles he's taken. Like they're just like an eclectic mix of serious and also just action.
Yeah,
Like,
Mad Max isn't going to win him an Oscar.
No, but it was still an awesome role. That
Right.
kinda,
That's why I think he just likes doing
the
what
great
he
thing
wants to
about
do.
the Mad Max role is that like he had to express his emotions without a lot of dialogue. I think he felt that was a challenge.
Well, he kind of had that challenge
Yeah.
previously in
Yeah.
the Dark
But he-
Crisis.
And then you look at
Yeah,
then you
and
look at
Wallace
Bane. Yeah,
and Bronson.
Yeah.
He's
I
good
think
at grunting.
Yeah, I don't think he likes talking very much.
yeah. And Bane, Bane, he had a mask on.
Yeah, he doesn't like showing his face or
Yeah.
talking.
His new movie Legend looks incredible though. He's playing a pair of twin brothers, and that just looks. I mean, you can tell there's still
Oh,
differences between.
That's not
brothers.
a prequel to I Am Legend
No.
or a sequel to Legends of the Fall.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I didn't know. I don't know what that
A
movie is.
sequel to Legends of the Fall?
I don't know.
Legends of the Rise.
There you
I
go.
don't know. But yeah, I don't think Tom Hardy really cares. I think we're just it's kind of mixed bag, but in a good way. Really.
Well, like, what movie, if he used a Bronx accent, could he win an Oscar for? Like, if they remade like Midnight Cowboy, and he had like the Dustin Hoffman role, or like what movies with Bronx Tale? He could do a remake of Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
There has to be something where like a Bronx accent would be like totally unexpected, but it works for some reason.
So he's in like Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just remake The Descendants.
Yeah.
And he plays George Clooney's part.
Or
he has a
Dances with
Bronx
Wolves
accent.
yeah.
with a Bronx accent.
Yeah. Why not?
Or he does
All right,
Forrest
so
Gump, Forrest Gump
I
with a
think-
Bronx accent.
Yeah,
This is weird, but it works.
why not?
So I think the answer is he wins an Oscar for doing a Bronx accent in Dances with Wolves.
That works.
All right, yeah.
I like it. The next one is John Wick going to become a franchise only to have Keanu back out on John Wick 4 due to its creative differences? Then in dire need of an actor, they reach out to Shia LaBeouf, who is trying to reignite his career after being passed on as the next Indiana Jones. So we're at the fourth John Wick. Keanu backs out. Would they get Shia LaBeouf?
I feel like VJ already has like an answer in mind. It's like it gets like oddly specific towards the near the end of the question there. I mean, let's just focus on the first part of that question. Is John Wick on its way to becoming a franchise? Guys.
Well,
They're
I mean, they're
making
filming
a
a
sequel. Yeah.
sequel.
I mean, what?
Like-
how many movies does it take to be considered a franchise? Like 3?
17.
I think
17?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I read an AMC thing recently. I think it is like, 2 or 3, definitely like same characters. That's like the franchise. So yeah, I would say 3. But how are they getting to John Wick 4? Like, why is he killing people in the second one? Do they kill that dog he had at the end of the first one?
For the same reason that they have Taken 3. They're just, somebody always gets taken. So somebody is always going to need to be avenged, and that's why he's there.
I gotcha.
his pet rock gets smashed.
Yeah. And it just came in the mail, and he's really pissed off.
He goes into like another he goes into like his fourth basement.
Yeah.
And he just smashes like like the fake the false floor.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder how many houses he has of like these basements.
It just keeps going down.
It's like the setup for every John Wick movie, I hope. Where he just like he gets mad of like his pet like getting killed or something. He just goes into the basement wherever he is. Maybe it's like a basement of a place he doesn't even own.
He just goes
like,
down there. He just has them ready.
Yeah.
In different basements.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he doesn't live in Florida because
No.
there are no basements, so he would be screwed.
No.
Where's he going to keep his guns?
He would go to Publix and
Yeah.
just like start smashing.
just go
walls.
behind the fucking yeah, right behind the subs.
Yeah, just gets all his ammo.
So I talked to somebody recently who really liked John Wick, and they were saying that they were hoping that the sequel would actually be a prequel, which would be kind of interesting.
Oh yeah.
The problem with the prequel is you just know it's going to happen.
That's true.
Well,
But
that's
you
not
can
the
kinda
reason why you want to see a prequel. You want to see John Wick in his prime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kicking
killing
ass.
the boogeyman.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I hope John Wick is on its way to becoming a franchise because the first movie was an action movie done right. It wasn't. It wasn't just mindless action. Like there was actually a lot of thought and careful consideration put into the action scenes. Like Keanu wasn't just blindly firing into a club. Like he actually, he had to count the bullets. You know, he actually ran out and he had to reload, and it's just little things like that.
2 in the chest, 1 in the head. Boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah.
I love that scene with Kevin Nash where like he drops up behind him and Kevin Nash is like, "Are you back?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm out of here."
Oh,
I love that scene.
Keanu proceeds to murder half the club.
I know, right? He just runs in there and just starts shooting.
Yeah. And so
The
what
next
was,
one's gonna have a blood rave.
So what was the second part of the question?
Shia
The,
LaBeouf.
Yeah,
Shia LaBeouf?
is Shia LaBeouf gonna get it? You know what though? Like I liked him in Fury. I thought that was a really good film. I'd watch a John Wick 4 with Shia LaBeouf replacing Keanu Reeves just out of curiosity.
I like Shia LaBeouf in Holes. You guys remember that movie?
Is he gonna swing through vines randomly with monkeys on his shoulder?
Maybe. Last I heard, Shia LaBeouf is actually under contract for 3 more Sia YouTube videos, so
Oh,
we won't
there
see
you
him
go.
for a while.
Yeah,
But after
those
that,
take a while, don't
yeah,
they?
yeah, they do. A lot of choreography in them, so
Yeah.
Yeah, one a year.
yeah. So it'll be a little while before we see him in a John Wick.
I don't know. Could Shia pull off a hitman type of role?
We're gonna have to have VJ on here to explain this because I feel like it's gonna be like a half-hour breakdown.
Yeah, I feel like he just already had he already has the movie in mind with Shia as John Wick.
But I don't think Shia would like that, right? Like he's not into those big budget movies anymore.
He'd do it
For money.
because the Sia videos would be over.
He's all about art, unless he wears paper bags on his head and says weird things like "just do it." He's
Well,
not the
give him
normal guy
Roxanne's
anymore.
Bronx accent.
All right, and he wins an Oscar for John
Yeah.
Wick. John Wick 4.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And Tom Hardy's sitting there and he did his Bronx accent and dances with the wolves
Yeah.
and dances with wolves and Shia wins over him.
Oh man, now that's a matchup.
Yeah.
Not a good one, but it's a matchup.
Tom Hardy plays the pet that gets killed in John Wick 4.
They were in Lawless together, so they got history.
And in Dances with Wolves, Shia LaBeouf can play a wolf. There's a lot of wolves in that movie that people aren't aware of.
He takes
Yeah.
it literally because he starts dancing as the wolf.
Yeah, he dances. He's like, look at me dancing as a wolf.
And not even like mocap, like not
No.
Andy Serkis type stuff.
No.
No, he's on 2 legs, and he's looking at the camera and saying, I'm a wolf. And he's just dancing.
It does sound like something Shia would do.
I'm a wolf.
I'm a wolf.
Dance with me. And it's literally 3 hours long.
It's reminiscent of that scene from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. You want to
gosh.
dance with me? I know you want to dance with me.
I dance with me.
I dance with me.
Dun,
Oh.
dun, dun,
Put the wolf paw
All
in the
right.
basket.
Put the wolf in the basket.
Yeah. The wolf pup.
All right. Well, I think we've answered that question. Put the
So
wolf
he
up
wins
in
an
the
Oscar for
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs
2.
No, 2.
Dancing with wolves.
Dancing with wolves with a Bronx accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Don't even pretend like you wouldn't watch that movie.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it.
I wish they'd, like, all the movies that we come up with that are just, like, so random. I wish just one time it would be one of those.
One
Like, we
day.
get to just pick what actors, we get to pick a storyline, we say, just make that movie, and just see what happens.
One day we'll have that power.
No, we won't.
Yeah, you're right. All right. It's time to move on to the topic of the day. Mark, I think you got the topic. Because
Yeah.
Lemon Good still has Ebola. Where does
So
symptoms
what's
of Ebola? Don't they like bleed through the eyeballs or something like that? Or is that the rage virus?
Your eyes
20
fall
days
out.
later,
Yeah. Your eyes fall out.
Yeah.
You forget words that start with D.
Oh,
And you can't walk straight. You can only walk to the right. And I think you can't use your left hand anymore, except for if it's to pour cereal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Pretty
actually.
specific symptoms,
Yeah.
but people got to live through it, and they get through it.
It sounds like only one guy had the sickness, and they just kind of documented everything he did.
Yeah.
He just had like all these specific quirks, and they couldn't tell what was the symptoms.
What was
and what
Ebola or just him?
Is that Ebola or OCD?
We don't know. We'll just wait.
That'd be a good game show. Ebola or OCD.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on that game show, but I'll host it.
Yeah.
In a bubble.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not touching those people.
No.
Although you can't get it through touch, guy. It's only through diarrhea.
Yeah. I'll do it live via
And
satellite.
blood. Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of the podcast. The topic was OCD or Ebola.
Came to
But
that
so
conclusion.
today's topic is with Halloween coming around, there's going to be a lot of talk about horror films, and inevitably, a lot of the people you meet are not fans of horror films. Whether they've just watched the garbage that comes through the theaters, like The Gallows and all the found footage muck. They're kind of they're turned off by horror films, and they don't know what to watch on Halloween, even though they kind of want to watch a horror movie on Halloween, and they end up going on Netflix, finding a really random, terrible Halloween horror film and watching it, and then just going, this is why I don't watch horror movies, because I hate horror movies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the point of this podcast is to recommend some solid horror films that you can watch for Halloween that you won't be disappointed with. They're actually good films. So let's do it.
Robert, since you're our, I don't want to say special guest, you're just a guest
I'm pretty special.
for today's podcast. Well, you have the honor, or take the honor of going first.
All right. Well, the first movie I picked, because it was hard to choose. I had a bunch of different movies I was thinking about, and I decided to go more the horror thriller route, and I chose Rosemary's Baby, which I know a lot of people, when you think of like exorcisms or the devil, like people think The Exorcist. Like The Exorcist is like the #1 horror film.
Yeah.
But I think Rosemary's Baby as a horror movie, it's not your traditional horror movie. It's more thriller. It's more tense. There are horror aspects. Obviously, there's a cult. There's you got the devil. She has the baby inside of her is the son of the devil. She's got all these people against her. It's very Twilight Zone-ish. Mm-hmm. And it's just her against everybody. And I think that aspect of it, where it doesn't have a lot of blood or guts or even really jump scares, I think it's like a good way to ease people into the horror genre, doing a film like that, which I've actually done with people who don't like horror movies. I've shown them that movie, including my mom, who hates horror movies. Like, I remember showing her that movie because she never saw it.
She was like, "Oh, remind her of her pregnancy with you."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right when I came out with my little trident and
Yeah. No, I've seen the baby
horned
pictures.
hooves. Yeah. Horns and hooves.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of climbed out of there,
Yeah.
burned in flames, and went downstairs.
The thing I love about this movie is, all right, so the obvious spoiler, she has the Antichrist, she has the son of the devil, and there's a woman, and the devil's in this like all black, like a little carriage, I guess, or like a little baby bed.
Yeah.
And there's one of the cultish women, and she's like rocking it too hard, and the little devil baby's crying. And Rosemary's like, "Yo, you're rocking it too hard." Like, she's freaked out, obviously, but she's starting to feel protective over her son. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Well, you're shaking it too hard." And the lady's like, "No, I'm not. Get her out of here." And then eventually this guy's like, "Let Rosemary do it." And the lady who's shaking the carriage really hard gets mad and walks by. But as she's walking by Rosemary, she sticks her tongue out at her just keeps walking. So you have these people that literally birth the Antichrist, and they're petty enough to like stick their tongues out at each other and be sassy. These aren't like, oh, what's up?
No, I was going to say, like, I think is because they all kind of, at least like some of them, it seemed that were kind of almost jealous of Rosemary because everybody was so protective of Rosemary because she was holding the baby. And like that fact was like, it made her extra special because she's the mother of this baby.
Yeah. And like, you look at the Paranormal Activity movies, and as they got on later, there's like these cultish witch women. But I have no idea how they make money or exist in the real world because they're basically just like feral animals. But the people in this movie, like, they're successful and they're rich and you wouldn't suspect them. They're all older. It's like a very influential, like, Illuminati type group. And I love that about it. Like, and also like was made in '68 alongside Night of the Living Dead, and it started like the whole realism and horror stuff that like exploded in the '70s. So I mean, you could go the whole angle of like, this movie doesn't have jump scares, bloods, but it's also incredibly influential and on most every top 10 horror list of all time.
Oh yeah. I mean, the creepiness factor alone is like, I mean, you got the music itself is just like, da, 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 da. Like it's got like this like weird kind of just eerie music throughout, and then you got like just these. You don't know, like, obviously you're rooting for Rosemary. You are watching through Rosemary's eyes, like, what's happening. But you know that you can't trust people, just like she knows that, too. So, like, there's even parts where she starts, like, questioning her husband. She doesn't know if she can trust her husband. And, like, that's when it gets, like, extra creepy because now she has no protection, not even her husband. She's, like, alone in this building of just these cultish people that are just want her for her body.
And you like her, too. Yeah. Like, she's a nice person, and that's what even makes it harder. And she got put through the ringer on this film. Like, Sinatra sent her divorce papers while she was filming Mia Farrow. And, like she, Polanski was really tough. He made her walk through, like, moving New York City traffic. Like, this was, like, a film that put her through the ringer, but, like, she still was very likable. And that's what you need to in these movies is when you like somebody that is about to birth Satan. Yeah, because I remember there's a movie called Legion with Paul Bettany that's terrible.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
I saw that.
Where they're like a truck stop, but the first time that you meet the girl that's supposed to have like birth an angel, she's like smoking a cigarette and hitting on Paul Bettany, even though her boyfriend's there, and you're like, I hate this person.
Yeah.
So like you got to like the person involved to be invested in the film.
Right. And I read the book, and I want to say like the book is. I mean, the movie's pretty similar to the book. There's, like, parts in the book where even her dream sequence to a T is, like, in the movie, which is pretty awesome. And, like, that ending that you're talking about where she goes up and she starts rocking the baby, like, when you're reading the book, it talks about how she's feeling like this is her baby. She knows it's the son of the devil. But she's kind of, like, she's just at a loss because all these people and, like, what they've done to her. And she goes over there and she's just like, forget it. Let me take care of him. And like she even thinks about maybe jumping through a window or something like that, but she doesn't. She just sits there and rocks the baby.
You gotta take care of baby, little baby Satan.
Yeah. So guys, as a gateway drug, Rosemary's Baby is effective. What other movies do you think it would inspire the non-horror movie watcher to watch if they really like Rosemary's Baby?
I think it would open up the classics for them.
Exorcist, obviously.
I think maybe Night of the Living Dead, The Omen. It might even get them into like Argento. Yeah. I think just like the kind of realist, maybe even like maybe it would even open it up to like Friedkin with like Sorcerer and French Connection, like non-horror films. Yeah. Like just it would get them. Like this is a film. Like I know that sounds weird, but. This is a movie. This is a very good piece of cinema. And then maybe they might go look at AMC's 100 Years, 100 Thrills and start working their way from there. But I do think it's a good gateway. But I would definitely think they would kind of move into like Exorcist. And then once they kind of, I don't know, maybe if they like those movies, eventually they could move on to like the more hardcore stuff. But I like that. I think Exorcist for sure and Omen.
Yeah, I think it takes you through like kind of the thriller route, and even I was thinking Don't Look Now with Donald Sutherland.
Oh yeah,
I think it kind of takes that because that's like a slow build too, and it's a slow build to like this big ending, and it's like
the craziest ending.
Yeah, so crazy. But that's what it is. It's like a slow build throughout, and you don't know exactly what's going on in that movie either. So it's like I think the thriller route, or like The Exorcist, or those kind of possessed type of films, The Omen.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. No. Rosemary's Baby. Pretty good choice, actually, for the non-horror movie watcher.
Right.
All right. So I guess it's my turn now. I think out of all the people that I've met who hated horror movies, there's always like a common theme. They've always associated horror movies with just a bunch of blood, guts, gore, just gratuitous stuff. And it's hard to blame them because that's what, horror movies have kind of trended towards in recent times. But it's kind of unfortunate because horror movies aren't really about that. It's just about being scared. And there's lots of ways to get scared. And I think for like someone who gets turned off by all those things, if I'm trying to find a movie for someone who hates those things, but they want to get scared, like I have to find a movie that doesn't rely on any of those things, but it still gives you genuine scares. So for the first movie that I picked, it's a movie we talked about before in this podcast. It's Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, starring Alison Lohman. For those of you unfortunate enough not to have seen it, Alison Lohman stars as a loan officer who has the unfortunate kind of task of turning down a loan for like an old gypsy woman. The gypsy woman, is understandably pissed, and she puts a curse on Alison Lohman. And like for the rest of the movie, Alison Lohman is just trying to avoid literally getting dragged into hell. Like the whole movie's fun. There's no like gratuitous anything really, but Sam Raimi is doing what he does best. He just finds creative ways to scare you, and you're having fun while you're watching it. It's just like you're scared, you're getting scared, but you're also having fun. And also, Alison Lohman gives a great performance. Yeah. She's very charming.
And it subverts your like expectations. Like the boyfriend's actually very supportive. Yeah. There's a dinner scene where Alison Lohman meets his parents, and they're really stuffy, but then she wins them over, and they're really nice, but then she freaks out.
Yeah.
It's like a gonzo bonkers movie that like is just hilarious, but also like you said, like I mean, if you like kittens, don't watch it.
No,
but
yeah.
I do think the car park scene is one of my favorite moments of horror, where it's Alison Lohman fighting a gypsy in a moving vehicle in a car parking garage.
Yeah,
and like she's from a farm, Alison Lohman. She tries to hide it, but there's a scene where she gets the upper hand on this gypsy, and she kicks the gypsy out of the car. She locks her car door, and she thinks she won. And she looks at the gypsy, and she's like, "I beat you, you old bitch." And like she kind of goes back to like her farm accent. And, like I don't know, I loved it. Like there's a staple to the eye. She gets gummed. There's like juices everywhere. It's it's the first film that my wife and I ever watched. On our first date, we watched Drag Me to Hell.
Nice. Was she a non-horror movie?
Yeah, she doesn't like horror movies, and she loves this movie.
Well, there you go.
So that's proof is right there.
Exactly.
Like, what about Sam Raimi makes his movies just so good? Like he's like Roman Polanski with Rosemary's Baby. He's just a good director, and this is a good movie.
It's just the energy he brings, creatively speaking, to like the horror genre. Like he doesn't. I mean, well, the Evil Dead movies, he does get a little gratuitous, but I mean that's just the concept. But like, it's just the way he like does like certain camera angles, or the way he does like little like quick cuts. And it's just little technical things like that, and it just like translates so well, especially for horror movies. Like I could have picked any number of Sam Raimi movies. I didn't want to go Evil Dead, maybe Evil Dead 2, because that's a little less gratuitous, somewhat.
Right.
Army of Darkness, but yeah, I don't know, just Sam Raimi. Like, I think this movie will open up like the non-horror movie watcher to like more Sam Raimi movies, like Evil Dead, Army of Darkness.
I remember when I watched
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. That horror.
Spider-Man
movie.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, don't go down that road.
Yeah.
No, when I saw Drag Me to Hell in theaters, I remember it was in this one theater, and it was just me and my girlfriend at the time. It was just us in the theater. Like the volume, I remember it was really loud, and literally every time that there was a legitimate jump scare, like we jumped just because it was so loud in the theater. I never experienced that before, except for one other movie. I think actually let me think.
Transformers.
Yeah, no.
That's a pretty loud movie.
The Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale movie.
Oh.
What was that called?
What? Vacancy?
Vacancy.
Oh, man.
That movie, when we saw it in the theaters, it was so... Because, me and John used to work at the same movie theater. And
I watched it with John, too. Did you watch it with John?
No, I didn't watch it with
Oh.
John. But I remember, they showed it as a screening, and we missed the screening. So, me and my girlfriend went to, another showing. And I remember people were complaining that it was too loud in there. I'm like, they don't know what they're talking about. And I remember we watched the movie, and the volume was so loud that every time somebody would bang on the door or something like that, it was intense. Speakers were shaking. It was loud.
Mark and I have a history with Vacancy, actually.
Yeah,
really.
I'm gonna John Stockton you. You can Carl Malone it, John.
Right.
But there's a scene where Luke Wilson gets stabbed about 47 times.
Oh yeah,
and he's gutted, and he's left to bleed for 8 hours. And you got it, John?
Yeah. And then, for the rest of the movie, I'm just like, there's no way he's coming back. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Luke Wilson.
But He did it.
He comes back to life.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Listen, maybe
How long were you laying there bleeding out?
maybe while that whole time that you didn't see him and we were just following Kate Beckinsale, maybe he was just taping up all the wounds.
Oh, no, the thing is, like, you saw him when you saw him again, like, he was just fine. There was, like, no bandages on him. It was
No,
just
they were
like,
under his shirt. Come on, John.
God. Okay.
Jeez, where would you put your bandages? On top of your shirt? That's not going to heal anything. You
I don't
lift your
think there was
shirt
even
up.
blood on his shirt. Okay.
He
Did
washed off.
Did he have the bandages?
He had time to go to the
He washed-
laundromat.
Okay,
After
no.
bandaging himself.
I'm sure they had laundry. They're at a motel. They probably have a washer and dryer that you just need a couple of quarters and you can start it right up.
Wait, so he's doing laundry? He crawled to the laundry machine while gutted?
Yeah. Washed some clothes, bandaged himself up, dried his clothes,
Is that
put
why,
on his clothes.
Is that why you didn't see him for a while?
Yeah, he was busy. It takes at least a half an hour to wash clothes and then maybe probably an hour to dry. So an hour and a half right there. Not to manage, not to mention the bandage time. I don't know how many wounds he actually got, but he had to bandage them all up.
Really?
I'm just
So crawling back, he could have wiped up all his blood. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, you don't want to leave the hotel messy.
So he stopped by the janitor's closet on the
right,
way
Yeah.
to the
got a
laundromat.
mop.
He got in the mop bucket
Yeah,
Okay.
and
and
just
pushed himself with the mop.
right. He had
And then
somebody
he
with
went
a
back
rope.
to hiding and, like, you know, looked like he was dead.
Yeah, and he laid there and he just pretended to be dead. That's what you have to do in a horror movie. You pretend to be dead.
I guess
Yeah,
that's what
even,
Luke
everyone
Wilson
just
did.
bleeding out through the gut.
Oh, he
Well,
had
that's
me
a good way
fooled.
of pretending.
He had me
Yeah.
fooled.
A little bit of realism will go
Yeah.
a long way.
So actually, my first Sam Raimi film was Army of Darkness, and I immediately fell in love with the character of Ash because he's just the biggest blowhard on the planet. And then I went back and watched the Evil Dead movies, and I was like a little weirded out because it's hard to go from Army of Darkness to Evil Dead.
It's just the connections aren't, that obvious.
Yeah, they're not.
Really. It's just like, how do you go from like medieval type of fantasy hero to like a horror?
Cabin
Yeah.
in the woods. Yeah.
It doesn't
And
make a lot of
he's-
sense, but it's awesome anyway.
Yeah, and he's the worst in Army of Darkness too, but he's great.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, cool. Drag me to hell.
All right, Mark.
You want me to jump in here?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
so,
still reeling from that Luke Wilson revelation.
Yeah, I think we all just were thinking about that. I was thinking about him in a mop bucket cleaning up his blood.
I'm always thinking of Luke Wilson, and if I'm not,
I'm sure.
I might be thinking of Owen.
Oh,
He was in the Skeleton Twins.
Owen?
Yes, no, Luke. It's nice to see him back. Like, I'm glad that he's getting work.
Oh, he's always been here.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
on the side a little bit.
I got you. Home fries. All right. So the movie I'm picking right now is The Descent, and The Descent is quite possibly the best horror film in the last 10 years.
Pretty intense
It's one
movie
of my,
for a non-horror movie.
We'll see. Here's what let me get with it.
All right.
So I think it's one of the best horror films, but this is what I'm going to call it. You know how I think James Cameron has mastered this. Instead of calling it, the final girl, where there's always one girl left to battle the villain. Like, I call this like the final woman. Like, this is like a very well-made movie about a bunch of really strong women. At first there's all the tension with the cave system. Well, all right, so this movie's about a bunch of female spelunkers, I love that word, who reunite to go spelunking, and there's some drama between two of them, blah, blah, blah. But they go down the unknown cave system, they get trapped in it, and out of nowhere they're attacked by these humans, who Neil Marshall, the director, said that they were just cavemen who stayed in there, so they were very much so human. And the rest of the film is urgent, bloody, exciting. It's like not super like crazy gratuitous. The women are actually badass. Like, if you look at like Aliens, Sigourney Weaver, look how iconic she is. Linda Hamilton. And that's why I think James Cameron movies are so popular, is because he has really strong female characters that transcend kind of genres. So with The Descent, you talk to most people, my wife loves it. You talk to a lot of people, and they're all like, I love that movie. Like, it's a weird movie that is really extreme and really bloody, but it does work for non-horror fans because it's a really good film.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing that movie in theaters, and I was really surprised. I remember, I think Rotten Tomatoes, I think I was still looking at Rotten Tomatoes then, and I remember, like, anytime, like, a horror movie came out, I would always expect 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, 50% or lower. Because
60% is usually like a high.
if you could get a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, I was
horror
surprised
movie?
as a horror movie. And I remember seeing The Descent being at like its first weekend, it was at 90 something, and I was like, holy shit, like that's crazy numbers for a horror film. And I think it went down a little bit, but it still stayed in either the high 80s or low 90s. And I remember just being, I got to see this movie. And the next day I went and watched it, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah. And my buddy had Zach, one of our friends. He actually just won an award at LA Shriek Fest for the horror film he did. But he had a copy of it. I don't know where he got it. And he's like, come on over, Mark. I got this movie for you. He's like, the first time I watched it, I peed a little bit. I'm like, do I want to watch this? And so he put in his DVD player. I knew nothing about it. Totally dark room, big TV. And when that first shock came, when the first monster popped out of nowhere, like I flew out of my seat. And it's just such a great, pure thing. And Roger Ebert, like you were saying about movie critics, this is what he had to say. He said, The Descent, what a great title. This British horror thriller recalls grueling adrenaline-pumping classics like Deliverance, Jaws, Alien, and Dead Calm. It's that good. Finally, a scary movie with teeth, not just blood and entrails. A savage and gripping piece of work that jangles your nerves without leaving your brain hanging. And so, for a change, you emerge feeling energized and exhilarated rather than enervated or merely queasy. This is the fresh, exciting summer movie I've been wanting for months or for years, it seems. So you don't leave the theater. You know, a lot of movies, horror films, leave you kind of bummed out and down. Like The Descent, it ends kind of glum, but it also just leaves you like pumped up because what you just watched was awesome. So, I mean, I think people who don't like horror but like good films will like Drag Me to Hell, Rosemary's Baby, and The Descent.
Didn't Descent also have like another ending too that they cut or something?
Yeah, there's one where she escapes.
I think that's the one that's in the
another
movie,
one where
though,
she's
right?
stuck in the cave.
Oh, maybe that's the original. No, the original ending I think was
Like in the
spoiler
theaters?
alert. Yeah, in theaters I think was when she got out, she got in the car, and then she saw that figure of her friend in the car, and then it cut after that. But then I think, what was it? Like the other ending was she was still stuck in the cave. Like she woke up from like her being knocked out or something. I don't know. I remember there's two. There's like a really down ending of her still being in the cave, and then another one where she escapes.
Yeah, it's like, but I don't know which one they showed in the States. Maybe the uplifting one.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, like, but there's like some moments I love. So Neil Marshall didn't show these women the monsters until they met them on set. So like the reactions were really real, and his direction for the monsters during the fight with Juno, she's one of the spelunkers. He's like, go for her neck, and then he goes to Juno, the woman playing Juno, and he's like, don't let it get your neck. So the fight scenes weren't like spin kicks and like karate and organized gun chaos or Shia LaBeouf dancing. I mean, it was like primal, like it was, and no one did really anything dumb. Like
it was just survival instinct.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. And like, how people are like, don't go in that room. Oh, these people are so stupid. Like they made the poor decision of going in the cave system, but that was more out of like overcompensation. But when they're in these caves, you can't really do anything dumb because you're just trying to escape. And that's what makes it like kind of cool. And like I also like that these monsters were like killable. They weren't just like these really all powerful beings. Like the women won some of these fights. Like they straight up lit up some of these monsters. And like it's just a very good film. That like when I talk about it, I always think about James Cameron. This could be like a James Cameron film, and that's high praise. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So what movies would The Descent be a gateway drug to? Would you think?
I think, I would say Aliens. I think they would kind of, let's say they go online and start reading reviews about it. They would always bring up like Aliens. Because, I mean, you basically read that and that's what they talk about. So I do think that would be a great gateway into Aliens. Then that could open it up for, I don't know.
Has there ever been a movie called The Ascent?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Oh.
So wait, so you're climbing a mountain?
Yeah, so it's on top of a mountain, and there's just a bunch of
Hey,
abominable snowmen.
Spoiler alert, that's Everest. They don't show you the second half in the previews.
Oh, shit. They need to make a good abominable snowman movie. I want a good
They
one.
have. I think. Well,
No,
a good one.
I want a good
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad
they've
you
done-
specified.
Yeah, they've done some shitty B movie straight to DVD releases. I get that, but I want a good one. I want one starring Brendan Fraser.
Oh, I love that. I love those Yetis.
Yeah.
Lance Henriksen's been in 3 direct-to-DVD Yeti
It
films.
has to be an IMAX 3D.
Yeah,
Um,
IMAX 3D. Brendan Fraser. It's a little comedy. It's kind of like The Mummy with Stephen Sommers' Mummy.
I want Rachel Weisz in there.
Rachel, I want The Mummy, but on a mountain. That's
Okay.
all I want.
I could do that.
That's it.
Well, I
And
think
a furry ape.
that's how the Mummy 3 started. Actually, was on.
Yeah,
the
but I
mountain.
want Mummy on a mountain with an ape.
I think wasn't there an ape in?
All right, I never saw Mummy 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
there
check it
were
out.
yet. You haven't seen it? You just set up the Mummy 3.
Yeah.
There's literally a scene on a mountain
I think that's the plot.
with them and Yetis.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly
Yes.
have never seen
No,
that movie.
seriously.
I stopped after
Really?
2. Yeah.
Are you sure you just didn't actually watch it?
I
like, when
swear
you were
I've never
sleeping?
seen that movie. The only
There
thing
are
I know
Yetis
about
on a
it
mountain.
is I think who's the main bad guy? Not Jet Li. It's who's
Yeah, what
Arnold
was Jet Li?
Vosloo?
it was Jet
Or,
Li?
No, Jet Li was the main bad guy in Mummy 3.
Mummy what was it? Tomb of something?
Tomb of the
Were there
Dragon
really
Emperor?
Yetis in it? I want to
Yeah,
watch
I
it now.
remember.
Dude, there were Yetis in it.
You know what
And
we should
also, two cool facts about Descent. They filmed it all on stage. So they filmed some stuff like, outside some cave systems, but everything in a cave was filmed in Pinewood in tiny studios. So
Oh, wow.
all that beautiful setup was like just them redoing stages over and over. And I think that's really cool from like a filmmaking standpoint. So that was just what I wanted to say. So it's like, maybe though I think people just appreciate the good filmmaking. So that's my last tangent. And Yetis.
And Yetis.
All right. Well, I don't know how to segue from Yetis, so I think we should just take a break.
Take a break and let's watch the beginning of Mummy 3 so I can check it out.
All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
Lance Henderson. Hey y'all, it's Mark, and for you, the listeners of Movies, Films, and Flicks, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. Now, there's a book that I really recommend to you guys, and since we've been talking about horror films tonight, it's a book called Shock Value: How a Few Eccentric Outsiders Gave Us Nightmares, Conquered Hollywood, and Invented Modern Horror. It's a wonderful book. It's about 9 hours long, but it walks you through how Alien, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, how the classics were made, Rosemary's Baby. And if you're a fan of horror, if you're a cinephile, and if you're just a fan of classic cinema, I totally recommend Shock Value. It's a wonderful book by Jason Zinnemann. Totally recommend it. So, to download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/shark. Again, that's audibletrial.com/shark for your free audiobook.
When I say pod, you say
Pie.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Whoa, what's
Robert,
going on, Kyle?
take your headphones off real quick.
Okay, sorry.
John, what the hell is this?
Oh, I don't know. Robert invited me over. And
Yeah, I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
This is kind of awkward. Are we
Yeah.
doing like a promo or something?
I don't know. I wish he'd put on his pants though.
Yeah, he's like dancing around. He's talking about Shark Dropper.
I think he's looking for the baby oil.
Anyways, Robert, what are we doing?
Huh?
What are we doing?
What was that?
What are we
I
doing?
can put my headphones back on?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing a promo for Shark Dropper.
Oh, okay.
That podcast we do that has improv and we just talk about our daily lives
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
true.
Yeah.
I still wish you'd find your pants.
Where can I
though.
find it?
Oh, wait, are we supposed to wear sharkdropper.com?
Short time.
Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. We actually ended up watching the entire Mummy 3. Robert,
Yeah.
what was your opinion?
I hate to admit this, but I actually fell asleep during the opening credits. Didn't see anything.
So you, that whole thing was for naught.
Well, you guys got to watch it again.
Yeah.
I
did.
love it. I thought it was great. I knew he was sleeping. I didn't wake him up.
Oh, okay.
Well, what I did
We could have
was
saved ourselves a lot of time.
I also
It's
painted.
like 2 o'clock in the morning right now.
You knew I was sleeping. I mean, I painted eyes on top of my eyelids to kind of fool you guys, but they're more
Well,
like
I saw you
cat
do
eyes.
that though. That was weird. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
did
was
it-
doing it during the opening credits.
Okay.
Like, when like you think you're being sneaky, but everyone knows exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see
it.
I did also say, "Hey guys, look over there, and I kept pointing
I
to
did.
the opposite direction. John actually looked over there, but Mark, I remember you saying, "Wait a second." You said this out loud. You said, "Wait a second. That seems like he's trying to be tricky." And I saw you kind of peek over your shoulder as you pretended to turn to the side,
Yeah.
but I thought you still looked enough to the side that you didn't see me. Oh well.
I guess I was just excited to see the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I love it.
I'll see it sometime. I do
We
want to
watch
see
it after the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. I could catch another couple of these.
All right, Mark. I think you
Great.
got another listener question for us.
Yeah, this question comes from our Facebook fans, and this is from Jay Hooper, and he asks, "Why do I want to watch Tremors 5?"
Easy. Why not?
Tremors 1.
Tremors 1, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you know when there's a good first movie and you just keep watching? Like,
You keep hoping.
like-
People
Oh,
did that
yeah.
with Aliens, Alien 3. When Alien 3 came out, they're like, all right. And then Alien Resurrection comes out, and they're like, maybe.
That's how I
maybe?
feel about Paranormal Activity. Like the
Yeah.
first one was amazing. The other ones I just kept hoping.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that was kind of close. I'm like, no, that wasn't even. That was like so off the mark. I'm gonna watch the. I think there's another one coming out, right?
Do you think
'Cause-
like they even try at that point? Like when the fifth or sixth
Dude,
one's
they
coming
make
out?
so much money these days. Like they don't need to.
No, but I'm saying, like, do you think they get together and they're like, guys, let's really put some effort into this one. Like, let's write a good
Well, how do you
script.
think their regular meetings go? Like, okay, guys, let's give like 30% effort for this.
No,
movie.
I think they come in, they go, can you write a script by Monday? All right, we'll start filming by Tuesday. And
Are
that's
we
it.
talking Tremors 5? Or are we talking like every horror series?
I'm talking about every horror series after the first one, or maybe first two.
Well, I just did like the best horror franchises. Like I did a best post, like I analyzed all the data. And the best fifth movies and series are Final Destination 5. That one actually was
I don't
pretty
know if I
good.
saw that one.
What's the
you
sample size for that though? Like the best fifth series in a movie, or best fifth movie in a series? Like, it can't be that large, right? Like
With horror movies, there's a lot of. I mean, you think
Well,
of all the Michael
Nightmare on Elm
Myers,
Street,
yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, there's Friday the 13th. There's
Saw.
the Aliens. There's Halloween 5, which was really terrible. Resident Evil Retribution. People are saying that's better than like the ones before it. Child's
God.
Play had Seed of Chucky.
I hate all the Resident Evils. The first one was like okay, and then every other one after that was just mind numbing for me.
The Saw movies were terrible at 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say the best fifth entry of a film series is Final Destination 5. And no one wanted to watch it because the Final Destination was so terrible. But like Final Destination 5 is like pretty fun. Like it's worth watching for a fifth film.
I think they're all pretty fun. They're not necessarily all great movies, but they're fun to watch.
Was Final Destination 3 called Final Destination 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I kind of went on a
Why would you
rampage
even
when
ask
Final
that?
Destination when Final Destination 2 came out. I'm like, this can't happen. Then the third one came out, and I'm like, I give up.
Yeah.
Because the fourth one's called The Final Destination, not Final Destination 4.
okay.
It's like Fast and Furious, like Too Fast, Too Furious.
Okay, no.
Fast
Here's how
5.
Fast and Furious goes. I'm gonna put that off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Fast and
Oh yeah,
Furious.
Fast 5.
Too
No,
fast.
it's The Fast and the Furious, right?
No, it's Fast and Furious.
Okay.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Right.
Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Right.
The Fast and the Furious.
Fast 5.
Fast 5. I want to say
Furious 6?
the Fast and the Furious.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No, that was the fourth one, right? The Fast and the Furious.
You know,
think
I
it's
did
Furious-
we did like a podcast on
Hold on.
like
It was-
a
Yeah,
Fast
we
and Furious.
we named them all on the podcast there.
Is it Furious 6?
It's Fast 5.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
it's Fast and Furious 6.
Fast and
I know
Furious
that.
6.
Oh wait, and then Fast and Furious 7. No, Furious 6.
It's Furious 7. I think
Furious
it's
6.
Furious 7. right?
No, it's Fast and Furious. No, it's.
Oh, okay. We're supposed to be talking about Tremors.
Hold on. All right, I'm gonna look it up while you guys keep.
Okay.
Oh,
talking.
it's Fast.
Oh, you got it.
I'm looking at IMDb and it says Fast and Furious 6 or Furious 6.
Furious
Or
6.
Furious 6.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
Furious 6.
That's
Then what
that's
was-
the entire
so what was-
title.
So what was Fast and Furious 7?
Fast 7.
Fast 7.
Yeah, Fast 7.
But you already did that
Fast
for
5.
5. Fast 5.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's dumb. Like you think, by the time you get to like episode movie number 5, you think like let's come up with a structure, guys. Like let's
Makes
not
you
just
wonder what they're
fucking
gonna do
wing
for like
it.
the next 3 movies.
I know their next trilogy, their last
The
Fast
trilogy.
and Furious trilogy. What are they going?
Hey, don't mess with the Fast movies, guys.
I think didn't Vin Diesel say like it was gonna be like the best 3rd trilogy ever?
Yeah.
I don't even think there is another one.
His mom told him he should direct it.
No, I think
No,
it was like
yeah.
recent developments. Like F. Gary Gray, he's gonna be doing the 8th movie.
But Marvel wants him to do Black Panther. So there's like a F. Gary Gray bidding war going on.
Straight out of Compton, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tremors 5. Is it going to be fast Tremors or?
Well, they're
Furious
saying
Tremors?
it's the better than 2, 3, and 4.
but not better than 1.
I stubbed my toe yesterday. That was better than 2, 3, and 4.
Well, that's. I hear they actually tried on this one. Like,
Okay.
it's not theatrical release, but it's not sci-fi. It's somewhere in the middle.
4 was a prequel, right? It was like in the old country cowboy kind of days. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see 4. I saw 1, 2, and 3.
I only saw 1 and 2. When they got legs and they started looking like creatures from Mario Kart or
But
Mario
2
World, I stopped watching it.
2 I could deal with just because I like Fred Ward. Like, I could deal with him. It wasn't the greatest acting. It wasn't that great of a story. And, yeah, they had legs. They looked like little tiny dinosaurs. But 2 I was okay with. When 3 came out and they had the flying ones and they were called ass blasters because they would fart out like methane. For real, they would fart out like methane or something, and they like flew through the air on like little glider wings. That's when I was like, this is getting dumb. This is getting really dumb real fast.
Wait, they call them ass blasters?
They were called ass blasters, and they brought back Ariana Richards from the first one, the girl from Jurassic Park also. I was like, come on. And Miguel. Miguel was in the third one, which he was in the first one too, and I think he died in the third one, though. It was sad.
Oh.
Yeah. But that movie sucked.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't watch 4.
Okay, so to answer that question,
Don't
we're going to
watch
go
it.
with Fast 5 and Furious 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid answer.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's better than 2, 3, and 4,
It's not saying much.
yeah, but yeah, check it out, I
Yeah.
guess.
All right. So I think it's time to get back to our picks for horror movies for non-horror movie lovers. Robert, what's your second pick?
Well, I had a few to choose from. I was trying to decide what I wanted to be my second pick. I couldn't decide. But since we talked so much about Tremors already, I think I'm going to go with Tremors. That's a good segue because Tremors was up there. It was between that and The Shining, and I think both of them could. But I think Tremors more so than The Shining, just because Tremors as a horror movie is more of a horror, to me, a horror comedy. Not as much so as like something like Shaun of the Dead, but it still has its funny moments, its quirky characters, and it's a fun movie. Kind of like we talked about The Mummy earlier. I mean, the first Mummy with Brendan Fraser is kind of a fun movie. It's got horror elements, but it's also fun, and that's what Tremors is. And I think Tremors came out in 1990 or 1991. I remember the guy who wrote the script for it, don't remember his name, but he said that he was sitting on a rock one day, couldn't come up with anything, couldn't come up with an idea. He was trying to write a script, and then he just realized, like, you know, what if I couldn't get off of this rock? And that's actually how it began. Like, it just started there. And in the movie, they don't tell you where these underground worms come from, but it doesn't really matter. It's just like a situation where they're here, let's get the hell out of town. And it takes place in Nevada, Perfection, Nevada, and they're just in a small little town. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward are your lead characters, and Kevin Bacon is Kevin Bacon. He's awesome, and I think Kevin Bacon alone kind of, to me, like I've shown this movie to non-horror movie watchers before, and they still like it. And there's a lot of people I know who don't watch horror movies, and I'll ask them if they've ever seen Tremors, and they say, yeah, of course, because it's always on TV, and it's just a fun movie to watch. It's an easy movie to watch. You don't like. It's one of those movies I'll always have in the background if it's on TV and I'm just flipping through channels and I'm doing something else. I'll leave it on.
I just don't think it's that scary of a movie, though. Like,
it's got its scary moments.
Yeah, but that's a good gateway, though, right? It could open up to like Gremlins 2.
I think it starts off with kind of like the scariness factor when you don't know what's going on. Especially like I remember it being a kid and watching that movie and that part where they pull off the hat from the ground because they don't see that one guy. I forget what his name was, Ed or something.
Yeah.
And they see all these dead sheep everywhere, and they see the hat on the ground, and Kevin Bacon walks up to the hat, and he pulls it up, and you just see this guy's face just like in the dirt, facing up, like this, like his mouth agape, eyes like just empty, and like he just got eaten. And like that scared me. Like the music cue at that moment, it was scary. And like it has those kind of scary jump scares, but it's more of a fun horror movie. And I think that's like a good. I'm trying to pick like a good gateway, and I think that's a good gateway to get people into horror movies.
Yeah, I'd say it's about on the same level as Drag Me to Hell. Like they're both fun movies to watch.
Right. They're like fun, scary.
Yeah.
And it features like Tremors that spit grenades back at people. And like it's just like and then like it gives gun lovers something to stock up on. I wonder how gun sales went up for people out in the desert after that movie. You know what I mean? Because the Tremor plows through that wall, then they just shoot it.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see a doubleheader with Drag Me to Hell and Tremors.
Hey, they're just good
good.
movies. Like the guy went. The next movie this guy did, the director did City Slickers. Like that's a good flick.
I love City Slickers.
Yeah,
Although,
like the guy.
it was Ron Underwood, right? He directed it.
Yeah.
Too bad he directed Adventures of Pluto Nash and hasn't done anything since.
City Slickers 2.
And Mighty Joe
do that?
Young.
Yeah, he did City Slickers 2 also, I think.
Yeah.
Mighty Joe Young, but yeah, I think Adventures of Pluto Nash kind of ruined him a little bit.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Not a little bit.
That ruined a lot of people, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at him right now, and after that, he went to just like Santa Claus movies.
Okay.
Like, and then he went and just did. Now he's done a ton of TV. Like he's directed a lot of TV.
No,
and
for
now
real.
he's done Agents of Shield, Grey's Anatomy. Oh, he's done Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's busy. Oh, he did Resurrection. I might have worked with him.
I think that that really, like, Adventures of Pluto Nash, when that came out and it bombed, it tanked, like it ruined his reputation, but also like I think he just didn't want to do major releases anymore. I gotta say though, like Tremors and City Slickers are two of like my favorite movies. I mean, I love City Slickers. City Slickers is like one of those movies that's like, it's not like a great film, but it's like a fun film.
Yeah. It's a movie you always see on cable TV, and you just have to watch it.
Yeah.
That's what this guy captured, though. These movies are fun, and they could almost open up the door for other fun, like Gremlins, and then you could look into Joe Dante, then you could get into Sam Raimi. Like, it's a very good, accessible PG-13 gateway horror film.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
I love Tremors, man.
it's such a fun. It's like it also is a classic monster movie where you don't have like a lot of monster movies really, like not like big ones. And like I remember in the '90s there weren't a lot of monster movies. I mean, one of my other favorite monster movies is The Thing, but it's like it's like they're not that like back in the day in the
you
50s
had
they're huge.
Godzilla with Matthew Broderick.
Okay,
That kind of ruined it for everybody else.
yeah. That ruined a lot of things for everybody else.
It was The Adventures of Pluto Nash for monster
1998.
Yeah. No.
Oh, gosh. That movie.
Yeah. Okay, so my turn. Continuing with the theme of picking a horror movie that doesn't necessarily rely on just gratuitous things in order to generate scares. I originally went with Poltergeist because I felt like it was a very family-friendly film, but it was still very eerie and still very dark and scary. But I thought about it. I'm like, wait, there's a better option. So I went with the movie that kind of lovingly ripped off Poltergeist note for note, but kind of improved it at the same time. I'm going with Insidious, directed by James Wan. I don't want to say it ripped off, but it does copy like a lot of the same story elements. You have like a young couple moving into like a new house. You know, their child gets possessed, and they have to hire like a sort of like a psychic / exorcist to help like save their child. And you know, along the way, it's like you have like the spooky like house hauntings and all that. But I think what Insidious does well is that James Wan, like he kind of goes full Sam Raimi on this. Like he just brings a lot of creative energy to the movie. Like the movie was shot on a very low budget.
Yeah, 1.5 million.
Yeah. I mean, James Wan actually had experience like shooting movies with like these really low budgets because he did Saw previously, so he knew how to like get a lot of bang for his buck. There were like scenes where Patrick Wilson's character went to the other side, the further, and it was just like it was very cheaply done, but it was actually really well done. Like it was just very eerie, and it's just like it wasn't gratuitous at all, but it was still very scary. There were a lot of jump scares in this movie, but it wasn't like they weren't cheaply done. They're very, very. It was a very well made movie. It was very scary, not as fun as Drag Me to Hell or Tremors, but it wasn't the point. The point was to scare you, very effectively on a very cheap budget, and James Wan did that. So
you know what I like about Insidious is like the lack of budget really had him focus on the actors. So it's like a very unselfish film. They all took pay cuts.
It was a great cast: Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, the lady who played Elise, Lynn Shay.
And but what I love though is like they had to focus on actually being good characters. And this family, they actually move out of the house. You know, like the house they think it's haunted, and they move out.
I think that was I don't know if it was James Wan or whoever the writer was of the script said that he wrote down all the cliches of horror movies on like a whiteboard, and he wrote them all down, and he made sure that he followed those to a T. And one of them was, you know, people always think they're in a haunted house, but they don't move out. And that's why he was like, why wouldn't they just move? So he decided, let's move, but then, you know, it won't help them. So you kind of get that. So that's why he did that.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, that red demon too. Like, even if you're the most jaded human being on the planet, there's a scene where the red demon pops up behind Patrick Wilson. It'll scare anybody. And people love this movie. Like on MFF, we had like the top 21 horror films of the 21st century, and I had another poll about the favorite horror films that don't appear on best of lists, and we had I think something like 5,700 votes, and I think like 2,500 of them were for Insidious.
Damn.
So this movie has a massive, people love it, it's accessible to anybody, and I think there's a reason for it. James Wan did a great job with it.
It's scary. It's it doesn't necessarily cross any lines that a non-horror movie lover would have. I feel like if you got like a first date with a girl who hates horror movies, like Insidious would be one to queue up, because say like she wants to get scared and like, oh, but I hate horror movies. I'm like, well, perfect. I got the perfect movie for you.
Yeah.
Tremors.
And
there you go.
And it's funny too though. Like those ghost hunter guys that come in, they're funny.
Specs and Tucker.
Yeah,
they're funny, and there's humor to it, and there's fear. There's a nice family that's just like a family.
Yeah.
And I mean, that Lynn Shay is so nice.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I obviously, this movie would open up or would be a gateway to the other Insidious movies. Insidious 2 was good, I thought. Insidious 3 was a prequel. I like that too. Maybe not as good as the first two. Maybe they'll be inclined to check out James Wan's other horror movies like Saw, Annabelle, The Conjuring. That's
The Conjuring was a big one that made tons of money.
That was a scary movie. And maybe they'll check out Furious 7 that he directed.
Now, is it called Furious 7?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, also Poltergeist. A very good movie in its own right. You can say it primarily influenced.
I'd say the only thing
Insidious.
Insidious is lacking is Craig T. Nelson.
You could say that about a lot of movies, actually.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I was about to say that for Tremors, but I decided to let it go.
Yeah.
He could fit in all those movies, Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He fit in every movie.
Yeah.
Any
I
movie.
wish he was...
he could be in Aliens.
Titanic, I was thinking
Predator.
him for Kate Winslet's part.
Die Hard. He could have been one of the terrorists.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just everything.
Yeah.
Total
Wait, he
Recall.
wasn't one of the terrorists?
No.
He should have been.
I know. Like, he wasn't that guy with the long blonde hair. I thought that was him.
That was like his co-star and Coach.
Yeah. That's where I got it mixed up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Insidious. Great kind of gateway horror movie for non-movie lovers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. And so originally, guys, I was going to say Scream 2. Because I think it's the best pure horror sequel on the planet. I think it's self-aware. I think it's great. I think because of the product. But I see what I was thinking is I think I love it more because it was made in 1 year. Like it went from script to screen in 357 days and was delayed for 2 months. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to switch it up, guys. And I love Korean horror films. I love. I don't know, when I lived over there, and actually, John, I don't know if John ever let me borrow Korean horror films, but there's a movie out there called The Host, and it's directed by Boon Jong-ho, and he also did Snowpiercer. And what I love about The Host is it's this tale about a family who are the youngest daughter gets kidnapped from this sea beast, and it's about this really quirky family trying to save their daughter. The digital effects were from Weta. It's on Netflix, I believe, but it's just a very great horror film that, I think you could use the international kind of thing, like a foreign film, to kind of open up their minds if they like good films. And what I love about the Korean horror films, if you kind of look at I Saw the Devil, or Thirst. Like, there's some of my favorite horror films ever made. And I watched Thirst one time with my wife. And, she's not a horror film fan, but, she watched it. And it's a draining experience. It's like hiking up a 10-mile mountain while you're getting rained on and rocks are falling on you. And, you're watching Shia LaBeouf dancing. But, like, when you get to the top of it, like, you feel exhausted, but it was worth it. And then you start thinking about it later, and you absolutely love it. So I'm going to go with The Host. Because I just think, it's readily available on Netflix. It's a cheeky little foreign film, but it's like a fantastic movie. And the director's great. And it could open the door for like Snowpiercer, I Saw the Devil, Thirst, like Old Boy. Like that's like a world I would love for people to be opened up to.
I liked The Host a lot. I saw it twice in theaters. I remember I watched it in theaters with somebody.
Did you go to Tampa?
Yeah, I had to drive to Tampa because we didn't have it in St. Pete. So I remember I even got like other friends. I'm like, hey, check out this movie. I just went and saw it like a couple weeks ago. Like, let's go watch it. It's really awesome. And they went with me, and like we went back to Tampa to watch it again, and it was awesome.
Yeah, but it's just so quirky, And like, I remember it stuck in my memory. And every time I took a train through Seoul over the Han River, I would always look to see if that monster was a rampaging, attacking poor Koreans. But it's just a fun movie, and it's like a very well-made movie. And I don't know if I was going to bring up the movie Thirst. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Oh, it's I guess it's like through a failed medical experiment, a priest is stricken with vampirism and is forced to abandon his ascetic ways. But it's like one of the most beautiful-looking horror films I've ever seen. And it'll drain you and kind of push you to the limit, but it's an amazing film. So, I mean, even if you don't like horror movies, there's no way you could dislike this film. And Ebert said that the guy who directed this, Chan-wook Park, is the best horror director on the planet.
Damn. Wow.
So, Ebert hated horror movies. So, like, I don't know, The Host, which can open you guys up to more horror films.
Yeah. I think The Host actually had some political satire, too, with its Agent Yellow or whatever it was instead of Agent Orange. It was like, I was like, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah,
it had an American, Scott Wilson, on The Walking Dead, and Behind the Mask, which is a lot of fun, pouring chemicals into a drain. And then, of course, years later, this monster's there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really pretty ridiculous, but I don't know. It's still just a lot of fun, and it could open up the door to, like, international horror films.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, do we have any honorable mentions that we had?
I mean,
I got a couple.
Yeah, I mean, I would say The Shining, I think, is a good one. It's definitely a slow burn, but it's also one of those horror movies that doesn't have a lot of blood and guts. It's like it's a slow burn, and you're seeing
Still
Jack
scary,
Nicholson
though.
kind of. Yeah, but it's like it's not like jump in your face scary.
No.
It's like a creepy, like you're watching Jack Nicholson
It's
just
like
go
the
crazy.
tension slowly builds over time, and it never dips. Like it's always building,
Right.
Always building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like a good one.
I think obviously you gotta go with a classic, Psycho.
Psycho, yeah.
It's a product of its time. It doesn't have like too much blood and guts and gore, but it's Hitchcock. It's classic Hitchcock.
Yeah.
What more you could ask for. This
is going to sound... go ahead. You got one more?
Ahead.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
This is going to sound crazy, but I saw it at a drive-in theater, and the Fright Night remake.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it has like David Tennant in it.
Yeah.
It has Imogen Poots and Anton Yelchin, who have great chemistry. Colin Farrell, Toni Collette. Like, it's a good cast. It's fun. Like, every actor's good. It's just like, even if you don't like horror films, it's just a very fun film.
So I've seen the old one. I never saw the remake.
It's
with
worth
Colin
watching.
Farrell.
It's
Yeah,
worth
I've been
watching.
meaning to watch it.
Like, and it's good. Like, Anton Yelchin has like great chemistry with with any actress he's with, and David Tennant is absolutely hilarious in it as like the magician guy.
Yeah.
And but it's just fun. Like, this is a fun movie, and I think it breaks like remake boundaries because it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
And it's just a good remake.
I also had a suggestion, but not necessarily to kind of, warm up like a non-horror movie lover. Mainly just to play like a mean prank on someone who doesn't like horror movies. Just tell them like, oh yeah, just check out this movie. Like it's not a bad horror movie.
Yeah.
Then you just pop in Slitter.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
It's pretty much the opposite of what you're trying to do.
I saw that with you. Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, it's such a fun movie, but it's so gross and gratuitous
it's
and
really
awesome.
gross, yeah.
I love
it was very gross.
That's
Yeah.
James Gunn, right?
Yeah, James Gunn in a pre-Guardians of the Galaxy kind of movie.
Right.
And Nathan Fillion had the best line ever. Mark, I'll let you take it.
I can't get drunk. I have too much muscle mass.
I think you and I were just laughing. So I think we were the only ones laughing, like when he said that.
That's a great line.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And now, all right. So, cool, real quick, guys. What if you're not done? If you have some more movies, I'll let you recommend those. But like, what 3 horror movies like affected you the most? That like, if someone's saying horror movies aren't scary, like, what would you show them?
Like show them to be scary, or
Yeah, like not like I don't like horror films. It's like horror films don't scare me.
okay.
Like what?
The first one that comes to mind is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Just the gruesomeness of it, and just the way it was shot. Like
Yeah.
it was just like very dirty and grainy. And
yeah,
just
like the film texture. It was just like it was just gross.
Am I watching like a movie or someone's
Snuff
home
film.
video?
Yeah,
like, this
snuff
is
film.
this is really awkward.
Like John, you knew me when I was maybe I saw when I was 19, but you probably knew me when I was like 20 or something like that. And I was kind of like this like real cocky kid, and I watched it with like 5 of my cocky buddies. We just sat around this like watched on a big screen TV. We just for some reason like let's all watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you have these 5 like really tough dudes who think they're all tough, and we watched it, and it just screwed it with all of our heads. And every single one of us, except for the guy who lived there, left the house like not saying a word. Like we were just like, as soon as it was over, we grabbed our keys and just walked away. Not because it was a terrible film, because we were all just like in shock of what happened.
Yeah, it's not a good.
Wait, which movie was this?
Yeah,
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
it's not necessarily like a good kind of scary. Like it's just kind of like what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Like ugh. There was another movie that comes to mind. Like a lot of people haven't seen it. It's Bug. With
Oh gosh.
With Ashley Judd
and Michael Shannon, I want to say.
Was
Yep.
it Michael Shannon?
Yeah,
Okay.
and but yeah, it's basically about this lady who gradually goes insane, and like this guy Michael Shannon, kind of is the catalyst for that. But basically, they go insane when they start seeing, I'm doing air quotes, insects,
Right.
and the level of which they kind of the movie shows their insanity, it's uncomfortable. It's creepy. It's creepy more than it's scary, if that makes sense.
That was William Friedkin coming back from The
Yeah.
Exorcist.
It was. I watched that movie and I don't know. I didn't feel right for like a couple weeks. I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like every time I went to bed, I'm just like, oh god, was that like a bug?
Yeah.
Ugh. No, that was one of the few movies I saw that literally made me uncomfortable to watch.
See, for me, like I don't like the gross stuff. Like I'll watch movies with gore, but they don't do anything. Like it's not scary to me.
Yeah.
I like more tension or like just creepiness. And I know that like for me, the last 2 movies that have come out in theaters that like aren't too old were Sinister. I thought was actually pretty decent as a horror movie. That's like newer and
Did it
actually
scare you?
But it was but it wasn't the movie per se. It was more of the snuff films in the movie that were really, I thought, well done. Like when you're watching them, he's Ethan Hawke is the lead character, and as he's trying to uncover like kind of this mystery and like of Bagul, who's this monster, and like
A photo bomber.
right, a photo bomber that would just appear in photos. But then like he was trying to find out like all these families that disappeared and stuff, or got killed. And it would be like one kid disappeared from each family. But the snuff films, when you're watching these families get murdered, which he finds on like these little mini reels, he watches them. And like there's one scene where it's like you just see a guy with a lawnmower, or you just see a lawnmower, and the lawnmower is just going, and you see Ethan Hawke getting like closer to the screen, like watching, like really intense, like he doesn't know what's going to happen, and like as the lawnmower is going, then all of a sudden you just see like a person like laying on the ground, and the lawnmower goes like right over their face, and you don't see anything. It's just like it cuts right after that. But like that instance, I remember watching that movie and being like, "Holy shit, holy shit!" I did not expect that. And then the other movie is It Follows. Actually, creeped me out. Yeah. Like that was actually it gave me chills. It wasn't like jump in your face kind of scary, but like that moment where you're seeing the old lady walk towards Micah Monroe or whatever her name is. the old lady just climbing out of the window. Like I think she climbs out of the window far away, and she's just walking towards. And it's just about a creature that like kind of follows you, but it can look like
it never
anybody.
stops.
It never stops, and it can
So
look
the
like
movie,
anyone.
you can never get comfortable.
That's the first movie that I can remember like really paying attention to the background. Like every time you see somebody in the background, you're like, "Oh shit, is that it? Is that it?" And then sometimes there'd be like when they're on the beach, it's just a delivery. No, there's like one time where they're on the beach and they're kind of just chilling, her and her friends, and they think they're kind of safe because they drove far away, but you see like this person walking in the distance, and like it's during the day and it's bright out, and I'm thinking to myself, that's not the thing. They're gonna think it's the thing, or she's gonna think it is, but it's not. And it gets closer and closer, and then you notice like none of her friends are noticing it, and like because she's the only one who can see the creature, I'm like, oh shit, that is the thing. And then it gets like right on her and attacks her, and I'm like, holy crap, like that's really well done. Like it's like the first movie where I'm paying attention to the background, like seeing if I can spot where the creature is.
Very cool and original concept.
Yeah,
I watched that alone in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think it was
What a
me and my
great
girlfriend
setting.
watched that, and it was another movie that I think they made it loud intentionally during the music parts. Like the music was really like overbearing, and I remember my girlfriend just being like, "I hate this movie. I hate this movie. I hate this movie." Like while we're watching it, but she was just hating it because of the tension building up, and she didn't know if something was going to happen or not. Like she didn't actually hate it; she was just like kind of scared, and like, it was creeping me out too.
The third movie I want to mention that kind of scared me a lot. It was a movie that I originally picked for my list tonight, but that thought about it, like, no, that's actually probably too scary for like a non-horror movie person. Like it would never work as a gateway drug. And the movie I'm talking about is Paranormal Activity.
Yeah,
It's just I watched that in a theater with a packed crowd, and everybody was silent. Like for the scare scenes, like nobody was moving. Like I remember that so clearly. Like everybody was just like too scared to just like say anything.
Yeah.
And like the final scene, like the final jump scare, like oh man,
oh yeah,
this is not
that was a good one.
This is not a movie for like horror rookies. Like this is like it was a great movie. Like there's nothing gratuitous about it.
No.
But it's still something you don't want to show to like a horror rookie. Like
it used sound like really well. Like I mean the visuals it had, like you had like the footprints and stuff, but you didn't really see anything.
Yeah.
It was like you were hearing stuff. You were hearing the doors creak, you were hearing the chandeliers shake.
Yeah.
It was like I remember seeing that movie in a empty theater. It was just me and a friend, and we were just watching. I played it late at night after the theater closed, and we just watched it by ourselves. And it was. I remember the speakers like cracking sometimes, and like being like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah, the sequels aren't.
That demon's great though because you know nothing about him. Like in the late sequels, they named it Toby, but like in the first one, it's just a evil thing.
Right.
Like it's terrible. Like it's really scary and it's very unsettling because it's evil. Like it hadn't been wrecked by sequels yet.
It was so amazing because when you see the girlfriend, I forgot what her name was, or Katie, where she gets up in the middle of the night and she just stands there, and then like you see like the video just fast forward like hours and hours.
Yeah, she's just standing looking at her boyfriend,
and then she just like kind of gets back into bed and like everything's all right. I'm just like you're just thinking to yourself like no one said anything. Everyone's still freaked out by it. I'm just like, come on.
The part that was like the scariest for me was when you first hear like the creature like it like roared or whatever, and like it stomped or something, and like the chandelier, everything shook. Like hearing that like like really loud, I was like, holy shit! Like that was crazy.
I got goosebumps now.
Obviously,
Thanks, man.
it's something from like the biggest movie cliches. Like, why didn't it just move out?
Yeah.
Although
But
it wouldn't have helped if you. It wouldn't have helped.
She said that. Yeah.
That guy walks in there though. That like one paranormal guy, and he's like, "I'm getting out of here." Like I love that scene. He walks in, he's like, "Yeah, it doesn't like me here.
Yeah, I can't be here. It doesn't like me here."
Oh yeah.
Peace. And I'm like, man, this thing's for real.
Oh man, I want like a fantasy movie where the demon from Paranormal Activity takes on a lease from Insidious. That would be amazing. Oh, that'd be a good pay-per-view.
Oh, let me
That's a
some
good
Elise,
versus
man.
movie.
Yeah.
Good versus. We're always looking for a good versus movie.
Yeah.
Well, John came up with the best one: Final Destination versus Jason.
What about Joe versus the volcano? No good.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Kramer versus Kramer.
That was a good versus movie.
Monsters versus aliens.
Yeah. Cowboys versus aliens.
I think it was just cowboys and aliens.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they were against each other. I mean, they were against each other. Don't
But
get
not
me
in the
wrong.
title.
But not in the title.
Yeah.
They were okay. They were just
right.
in addition to.
Do we have any more movies?
One other one I'm just going to mention, which isn't really like a... I mean, I'll still consider it a horror movie, but Jaws. I think like Jaws is like a really easy watch for like almost anybody. It's just a great movie.
That's true.
And I would say Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Or Shaun of the Dead.
That's very fun. And
Yeah.
just watch Thirst, guys. You guys
There you
watch Thirst. Everybody watch Thirst.
Everybody.
Yeah, hopefully to anybody listening or anybody listening who knows someone who doesn't, like horror movies, maybe like these recommendations will kind of open up the door for you to the wonderful world of horror movies. It's not just all blood, guts, and gore. It's not all just torture porn. Like, horror movies are a legit genre, that doesn't get enough love in the critical world.
No,
So, yeah.
I'll agree.
Watch
Or-
Thirst.
Or Tremors. Yeah. All right, guys, before we sign off, do we want to do any plugs?
Watch Thirst.
There you go.
There you go.
Thirst.com.
Thirst. I think that's just Gatorade's freaking website.
It's definitely some type of soft drink.
Yeah, it's going to be a drink at thirst.com.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just plug the Shark Dropper stuff real quick. Go to sharkdropper.com. You can find movies, films, and flicks there, along with plenty of other podcasts we do. Shark Dropper, Doppel Avenue Hurt. We got a lot of fictional stuff. If you like horror, check out Paralyze, which is our fictional horror podcast. We're coming out with Chapter 3 right now. Each episode's like 20 minutes long, and each chapter has about 3 or 4 episodes. So, yeah, check that out.
Actually, Thirst.com is actually up for sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Get on it.
We can...
Mark, get that.
Yeah.
I'm buying it.
Here you go.
Buy it. And
I'm
then
just gonna go watch Thirst. That's it.
Just put a poster of the movie, and that's it.
Watch it.
Watch this.
Do it.
Watch this.
How is Thirst.com available? That's kind of weird.
That's right. But I bet you Thirsty is taken up. There's no way that's still going.
Thirsty?
Thirsty.com. I'm going to look it up.
Thirsty, all right, well, while you look that up, I'm going to say what I usually do at the end of every podcast. I'm just...
What?
Oh, no, I'm still reeling from that Luke Wilson revelation. Like, you're telling me he went to a laundromat to wash his clothes?
Well, before we get to that, Thirsty.com's up for sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I just want to say that I love that Robert explained the plot of Mummy 3 without even knowing it.
I
That's
swear.
probably how they brainstormed the plot for
Yeah.
Mummy 3. Like,
But
let's
he's,
put it in a
like-
mountain, have some Yetis.
Dude, it's weird because I want an Abominable Snowman movie, and I think like Brendan Fraser would be perfect in that movie for some
The
reason.
producers were on the same page as you.
Yeah, it makes sense. I honestly have never seen that movie. I remember it came out in
Yeah,
theaters.
because you slept through it.
Well, and yeah, just
So-
Well, we're gonna
prior
watch
to
it right
this.
now, right?
Yeah, we'll watch it again.
All right.
I can
Well,
stay
Robert
up.
gets the DVD ready.
Yep.
For my co-host.
That's the sound of that DVD. going.
The credits started.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going. Let me just draw these eyes. I mean, let me just pay attention to this, guys.
For my co-host, Mark Hopmeyer.
I'm not looking over there this time.
Look
Robert.
over. Hey, can you? Okay, try looking over there this time.
All right.
Nope.
And Robert Lamb. I've been your host, Ron Lasso. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you guys next time.
The movie started.
We're above the target. T-minus 5 seconds till shark drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the shark! Go! 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 This podcast is a Shark Dropper Studios production.